Alright, here we are in Fable Village by Marissie. This build is beautiful. Funland Park contest has been such a fun adventure in seeing just some amazing designs. And hopefully in the future we get more applicants in these contests. We run them pretty regularly on Module 7. So really come on and wow everybody with your stuff. This is lovely. I mean, I walked through this park. I've done 3 audio takes at this point, and I did a pre-tour of the park, so I kind of know where to go and what to look at. And this park is amazing. Starting off with the entryway being as detailed and beautiful as it is. I don't want to linger too long on it because there's so much to see. Even the bathrooms, if you come in here, and I didn't check that, but if you come in here and look here, there's towels hung here to dry your hands and different, like lotions and oils and stuff here. And a little fountain. I mean, it's incredible. It's beautiful. Here's welcome to Fable Village Info Center. Look at this, a sleeping drat in this little vine. This is adorable. And you come over here and you get this jaw-dropping view of this coaster. We're gonna ride that coaster. Now I have a couple rules, I guess you want to say, to this contest. One, no custom media could be used to enhance your park. You have to do all of it the hard way. Number 2 was the size. These parks are really small on purpose. It restricts creativity, or it restricts expansions that increases creativity, but at the same time, it makes sure my poor little PC can actually run this park without any lag, so you get the fairest representation of your fine work. Here's the copper kettle you order here. Here's one that I wasn't able to quite read it earlier. It's Nix and Nax. Okay, that's cool. It's just a memento, which is just such a bland thing all by itself. But then you have Fable Boutique. Yeah, that's cool. And then over here, what's brewing? Bean brew on the rocks, macchiato, light, strong, all freshly brewed in our very own brewer's turn. Look at that. And then the background is brewing. Wow. Man, Marissie, you brewed up some magic with this park. Here's a bunch of guests on a bench. We have absolutely no business at all standing here filming them, but we're going to anyway. Look at that. And I'll talk about voting at the end of the video, and I'll talk about it in each video. So if you're watching all 3 applicants or entries, you're going to hear me 3 times talk about it. It's lucky you, right? If we get down to the right here, there's this entryway into what I believe is this drop tower ride. There's no sign. Oh yeah, there is a sign. I'm sorry. The Archer's Trail. Help the archer shoot his way out of the magical forest. Is that this? Well, there's Fast Pass, but we didn't buy that. So is that this? This is awesome. Here's this swing ride. Ooh, the music's getting so intense. That's not just a swing ride over there. That's 2 flat rides in one space. That's a great way to do that. There are some ride requirements. I've reviewed all 3 parks. All 3 actually meet those requirements. Is anybody else checking out the freaking queue here? I mean, holy cow, this is cool. No railings, no curbs, just this light, rocky pathway. I mean, in a regular theme park, chaos. Kids are walking right over this, right over here. But in this context, it works well. Is this a dark ride, a shoot 'em up dark ride? Yes, it is. You know what? We're gonna... Oh, no! We were not able to secure a cart. Holy crap, this is cool. Look at that. Let's board this. You're right on the ground. This is innovative. This is amazing is what it is. And I'm gonna blabber on and on and on for all those other parks as well. But now one thing I do gotta mention to you, and I see a rotating tree over there, is that normally I will fast forward through the queues and some of the lift hills, or I will altogether cut. But I want to remain fairly cut free as far as cutting, because I want the parks to honestly and truly speak for themselves. So enjoy this ride. Excellent, excellent, excellent. What a fun ride. What a fun ride, seriously. The Archer's Kitchen over here. We're going to keep it moving a little bit through the park. I don't want these videos to stretch on super long. Oh, look at that sign. And, of course, I believe this is the toilet, yeah. Look at that view. Ooh wee wee. Ooh wee wee. I'm gonna save that coaster though for the last thing we do. Okay, so I don't want to miss pathways. I take everything at the face value for what you present. So, like for instance, this attraction here, the Archer's Trail. Right? If this is part of one and the same, I might have skipped it, but I realize it's probably disconnected. Or is part of, yeah, no, it's part of one and the same. It's the other side of the cart. There's a big old pile of dinosaur poo. And it's steaming. I'm telling you guys, details win everything over. And all three creators in this contest, by the way, are good with little details. Look at that. Look at that pile of poo. All right. Burning barrel. That's not sustainable. Going to scorch the flowers. All right, I'm going to take a brief pause so you're going to see a cut, but I have to step off the recording for just a second. And what feels like an eternity later, I've cut back in. Actually, I was gone for over an hour there. I went outside, had to check on something, and then ended up dragging some tree branches that had fallen in the last storm we had, and got everything ready to mow. Once nesting animals are done in our area, then we mow our grass. I feel like people get pushy when they have a belief like that, but I don't, just so you don't think so. But this natural park kind of reminds me of this. There's nesting animals in your yard. And sometimes it's easier just to allow yourself a little bit of discomfort with tall grass and then eventually mow it after they're done nesting. But it's just a personal preference. Here's the emerald beanstalk. So yeah, as a result, I don't mow my grass until roughly May 1st or so. Allow those little animals a chance to get through. I once mowed over a family of rabbits. And it's not something you soon forget. So, I mean, it's even hard to chuckle there, but yeah, I felt bad. I felt bad for a long time about it. Okay, so here's this beautiful, beautiful. Oh my gosh, I have accidentally right-clicked myself out. Here, as a matter of fact, to give us a chance to see the park. You can see the park's not very big. None of these parks are big. It's what's great about it. But they've blended this so well into the countryside. We're gonna go back down to park view here in just a moment. But let me tell you guys, if you want to, that 1% thing, every time I do a spotlight on anything I want to say 1% thing we can all grow by. 1% growth. Elevate some stuff in your park. This gentle hill in such a small park provides opportunities for shenanigans like this, which are so immersive when you're queuing up, and then these rides sit prominent in the center. And the shops have an uphill vista point, and from up here you have a downhill vista point. So, yeah. We're going to go back down here to where this path begins. We're not cheating. And then I'm going to Control-Shift-G my way out of the HUD. Not HUI. It could be it's heads-up interface. More heads-up display, though. It is interactable, so I guess it is an HUI. I don't know. Moving on. There's debate it in the comments. Debate it in the comments. There you go. Isn't that what someone who does YouTube videos is supposed to do? Direct you to the comments. The Emerald Beanstalk Fast Pass, which I didn't pay for, so hopefully we don't get thrown out of the park. I could walk up behind this guy and tickle the absolute heck out of him, and he couldn't do anything about it. Alright, coming down the hill here, back onto the path, we're continuing around behind this ride, this absolutely cool ride. I love this. And here's, ooh, patience. Canopy Carousel. Look at this. So this is, I believe, gonna loop back around. Is it? Yeah. So back here we're gonna loop back around. We go behind the shooting ride. Back here by the park boundary, and I'm only taking the queue. We don't ride flat rides usually, but I'm only taking the queue because number one, amazing queue, beautiful scenery. You recolored the flowers. Good job for you. So many of us do not. And then a flying carousel ride, which is wonderful. And just FYI, I call it flying carousel because of Jason Vaughn, Fat Tested Travel. And honestly, look at that shot. That's the shot of the video, guys. Honestly, I enjoy that name, flying carousel, because that's technically what it is, a flying carousel ride. But I call it the swings where I come from, or the trapeze. One of the downfalls of a well-built queue is that you can't shortcut it in most places, so we've got to walk back around. While we're walking back, here's a joke for you. How did Diane fall out of the swing? She had no arms. Knock, knock. It's not Diane. Oh my. I heard that joke the other day, and it's not the most sensitive joke in the world, but that's not the kind of guy I am. But it's just, it's funny. It's that dry deadpan, but you know. Here's another view of this ride with the coaster behind it. I'm pretty sure this is the thumbnail. I'll jazz up the graphics a bit. By the way, if you'd like to learn more about graphics in Planet Coaster 2, drop into the Module 7 Discord. I'm going to do a whole post about it soon in one of the chats. I learned a lot. The finest brew in Fable Village begins with a steady hand. Let's read this correctly. We've got to add dramatic music and everything. Ready? Cue the music. The finest brew in Fable Village begins with a steady hand. Stir too slow and the brew sleeps. Stir too fast and it wakes. The water from the beanstalk does not like to be rushed. Wow. Look at this place. I am stuck. I am so sorry. I'm going to have to try to walk through something or around. What a moment killer. And that is not the fault of the creator. That is a stupid glitch in Planet Coaster 2. Here's the other part of the story. Cue the music again. A good brew needs balance. Give it a gentle turn or a bold one if you dare. Don't touch. We're not touching. We're not touching. Oh my gosh, it's a queue line and it's for this ride. It never dawned on me that that's what we were doing. We were queuing up for this ride. All right, before we drop back down into guest view on the exit path over here and we don't cheat, I'm going to move over here. That way, that's cool. You recolored the staff. That looks great. So yeah, I didn't want to be like stuck where we had to go back through, but that queue is great. It's just I'm afraid to glitch on that floor again. So we've come back around to the front. Now we're going to take this path over here. You get this view of this coaster. Look at it. There it goes. Yeah, we're going to ride that. We are going to ride that. Here we go. Here's another 1% moment. Build curved walls. Put some stones slightly embedded in them, the plaster. Embed the wood a little bit, and then put some banners along it and a light. That is a great way to do that. That's awesome. And it adds so much tone and shape to the building with its minimal effort, too. I mean, not saying you put minimal effort into this, Marissie. Absolutely. You went to the max, but I'd be afraid to see what your max was because this is a little park. I'd be afraid to see what your max looks like. There's a 26-minute wait, I promise. It is not 26 minutes. That is false advertising, but it's okay. Look how close you come to the coaster. I'm the nutball that would totally put my hand over there just to say I touched it. For real. Hell, recently a park near where I come from was selling part of the restraints off one of the rides. Look at this queue. This is great. And I tried so hard to buy one. They were sold out almost immediately. So here we go. We're going to take a ride on this amazing roller coaster, which I totally would get the name of once we're done. So cue the music, Bob. Alright, I probably voiced over there because I had my mic muted. And I'm known for that in another community that I'm part of. So what'd you think? This is Fable Village by Marissie. Let's take an aerial shot. One last hit for the road. One last shot for the road, whatever you want to say. But here it is, the aerial view of this park. And I think this is a fantastic park. Once all 3 spotlights are up, voting links will be down as the first pinned comment. And you can go to the Google form and vote for the park that you love the most. Be sure to comment. This creator will probably see it, I'm sure, if you give them a compliment. This is a great park. On to the next one.